What's up YouTube, it's Louis here, hope you're all well. We're looking at Hbar today on the daily time frame. Thank you guys for your patience as I didn't have time to make a video on Hbar the last couple of days. But yeah, we're back. Unfortunately, we did something that I was worried we were going to do. Now, when we see a double bottom, which is what we were calling down here, so one bottom, this is being your neckline, this is your second bottom, and we saw this very bullish candle over here, which was our signal that we're going to come up into this neckline and try and validate this double bottom. But what I'm trying to get at is the unfortunate thing that's happened is that with a double bottom, because this is in a downtrend over here, you can see we topped out over here and we started heading down. So this area over here is a downtrend, and we've seen a double bottom in it. So usually in downtrends, if you write in your notes, double bottoms can break out in the short term or not at all. So when I mean in the short term, of course we would have a target to the upside from the lowest body candle close back to the neckline. Sorry, the neckline is actually lower to here. And then you can see your target would be the 55 EMA on the daily time frame. So when I mean in the short term, this could have broken out, hit the 55 EMA, and we still could have actually continued down. So that's what I mean by the W pattern can actually work in the short term, because in a downtrend, any high should be a lower high. And if it is a lower high, and you can see if we did actually pump into here, it would still be lower than this body and that wick. So it'd still be a lower high. And what follows a lower high? A lower low. So we would be going lower anyway. Even if we actually broke out and hit the double bottom target, we would actually still go lower afterwards. So the fact that you didn't even break out in the first place, you never validated this double bottom. So even though we got an extremely bullish candle right there, this one over here, sorry, the bullish hammer, that was just a signal that we're going to come into it. Of course, it could be a good entry point, but the risk is entering here is that's what could stop you. So if you just had a little trade from here to here, that's amazing. And then once you do break above the neckline and you're closing, and for me personally, I'll just wait for the reclaim of this wick over here on this purple line around 20.5 cent. Remember, this was the previous level. As we were going up here, I was saying at all costs, we can't lose this. When we were up here, and I said we must fall back to the bullish cross and hold that after we met our 200 EMA target, which I gave you, and the double bottom target down here, which I gave. We didn't do what we needed to continue this uptrend, because remember, the 200 EMA is actually signaling what is the true trend, and that's a downtrend as long as we're below this. So any pump should actually be a sell signal as long as you're below this. So that we pumped into the 200 EMA, and yeah, when we came back down, there was that chance we could actually change this trend into an uptrend if we broke above this high. Of course, which in my opinion, I'd wait for this wick to be broken to be really certain that we're going to head higher, because it's this previous high over here. We want to break out of this range high, and that's that wick. So once you are above 27.7, then you can long. Yeah, certainly, because this is where we've been struggling with since February. So this is a crazy foundation. Same with here as well. So that's why it's so key that this stays as support. This was a very bullish sign, but we pumped into the double bottom. Even though it's a bullish pattern, it did not break out bullish. It broke out bearish. And this is what I've been telling you guys over the last few days. There's no certainties in trading. If you've been watching my Bitcoin and my Quant and my Beat Pro videos, you'd know this. So this W pattern has actually flipped into a double top, a reversal. It's a M pattern now over here, double top. This being your neckline where we had the bullish hammer. This is your second top. And now we're coming down, and we've actually closed below the neckline. So Hbar is in a target. Obviously, we've hit the one already, so that's what it was going to do after flipping the 786 over here when we came up to the double bottom neckline into resistance. So of course it makes sense we're going to come back down to the one. Now this one fib level must hold at all costs, guys. And if it does, we should expect a pump back into the 618. If this now fails to hold support, this is when we go into target to the downside. And if you remember from the other day, earlier on in the week, I said this is the level that at all costs, Hbar cannot afford to lose if it wants to stay in a bull market on the highest of time frames. On the monthly time frame, you can see, well, on the monthly, we're already at the level we don't want to get a body candle close below, which is 19.6 cent. You would really want to be closing below the wicks, but if you're closing below the body, you're heading to the wicks. And obviously the wick, at all costs you can't lose the wicks basically. But on the weekly time frame, let's check the bottom over here. So yeah, you can afford to, obviously if we lose this now, you can see this is some sort of descending triangle. There's a few here. So there's this one, smaller one, up until the purple line here, just there, price action constricting. Coming into the apex, we've actually broken below, so you validated that. That is this target over here, I think. Let me just double check that. So from there to there, yeah, put it on the breakout, which was there. That's coming into the 1414, even a bit below. So if you're losing the 1414, then we're going to come to the 1618, which is on the weekly time frame. Can't go lower than that. Technically, because this is the touch of the 55 for the first time, we can actually drag this down. Guys, please smash the like button, please share this video with your friends and comment, because that's what's going to push me to keep making these videos. If I'm seeing loads of views but not a lot of comments and reactions to the videos, I don't even know if you guys are finding value. So let me guys know in the comments down below if you're enjoying the videos or any pointers. But if we're losing this support, which it is the 1 fib levels, and that's what's holding us at the moment, that wick over there. So at all costs we can't lose this, otherwise you know what's happening next, guys. We're coming into these targets. Your target is the 1618. You have a descending triangles target just a bit below to the 1414, so that could actually signal that you come down to the 1414, but you could actually close above it. So we need to see that it's either going to close above it after hitting that target, or it's going to continue rolling if it does close below the 1414. So we also need to look at this larger descending triangle, the support of it actually being this green line over here, 21 to 22 cent, and the target would be from here to there. Put it on the green line breakdown, which you actually already have, and you've broken out of 2 descending triangles now, and so you can see that target lining up with the 1618. So that's why we do believe we can come into this area. We just don't want to lose let me just check this back up. We just don't want to lose that wick at all costs basically. This golden box now is at all costs you can't afford to lose, and as long as you're not losing it, it should actually be support. This should actually be the bottom of the market. This is where we should actually, if we do end up coming down to, this should be the bottom, and we should actually flip, because look what's happened last time. The last time you come into it, the first time you actually came into it, let's check the actual retracement. So from the bottom to the top, a 100% gain in a matter of a day, guys. Honestly, in a matter of a day. So it's a very strong support box. Look down here from the actual bottom just to here, the initial pump, 64% from actually finding the bottom with a spinning top or a bullish hammer looking candle. So we want to have wicks to the bottom basically. We want a capitulation candle. We want a big red candle that's going to have these big wicks to the downside. It's just this was a bit too early on in the in this newly formed downtrend, because you just broke below the 200 EMA. So it just means that this was just a short-term bounce, and then obviously we continue low, and we haven't really had any massive capitulation wicks apart from this one here, where we bounced off this support. We got above the level again, found support on it, started heading, but with that candle that found support there in the short term, you did come as low as that. So I know if we do lose that, that's when we're going to go to these targets. We almost did that over here with this hammer. So those are your 2 areas you need to look to the left and structure these clues for. These are the 2 areas on the left. If you write that down, look to the left, structure these clues. You need to always look to the left here. So just before price action, we had this wick here. So I know if we're losing this wick, we're heading down. But an earlier signal, for that is this over here, if we're losing the 1 fib level. Thank you guys so much. I hope that was a very detailed video for you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Please smash the like button. We're trying to hit 50 likes on these videos. And yeah, I'll catch you in the next one. So guys, here are the crypto packages. If you think you have what it takes to stay disciplined and consistent over the next 3 to 6 months, then I'm more than happy to help you 10x your learning curve. So you can already be a complete beginner, or you can be advanced. It doesn't matter. I'm here to turn you into a self-sufficient trader that doesn't need anyone else's guidance by the end of it. I even had to pay over £10,000 to get all this information. That includes scams, scam signals where I lost 3K, scam master account management where I lost 5K, scam pyramid scheme companies for bad courses. Then I found my mentor and I had to pay over $2,000 for just a 2-hour mentorship lesson. What you guys are getting for £650 is access to the chat until the top of the market. So if the top of the market is a year away, do 1 year times 40. So you're definitely getting your money's worth. You also get the course included in the mentorship, and I will actually not just do a 2-hour lesson with you. I will stay here for a month period to make sure that you become a self-sufficient trader by the end of it. So if you're interested in this, head over to my Twitter, Louis_crypto, to the pinned post and message me there. Thank you guys, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.